So this is a really simple setup that I use a lot to set up the arm triangle on the far side. When I'm in cross sides like this, what I want to do is I want to make him point his elbow up. And that can happen in several situations. Maybe he just does it by himself. Or maybe he tries to push my throat up like this, and I can kind of push it over and attack it like this. And that happens now and then, we all know that. But I like this setup a lot. Of course I want to keep my knee up close to his hip, and my elbow close into the other hip to kind of control his hip a little. And from here, what I want to do, I know this is far from a basic thing, because it requires that you have a good understanding of the top game to be able to do this. I wouldn't recommend this for beginners, but what I do is I let go of his head, and then I grab his shoulder and put some pressure on his throat like this. And that's really annoying for most people. Unless he's really experienced, he has to react to this. So he can react in several ways, but what I hope he's doing is that he's trying to peel my hand up with this arm. So he does like this. And what happens is now I can push this over, I don't even have to. Attack this arm with my head, and then get my hand back under like this. So in any way, if he does it himself, or if I make him do it, as soon as this elbow points up, what I want to do is I want to put my forehead down and touch the mat like this. And I don't want to lift my head again until I have the triangle set up. So I do like this, I set him up, and I touch the mat with my forehead like this. Now I work my arm under, like as tight as possible, really wriggle it in and crawl it with my fingers, and I keep my forehead on the mat. I have to take it up so I can speak right now, but I want to keep the forehead here. Next thing is I want to, then what he knows I want to get his arm up like this. So maybe big strong guys, they push down with their arm, and it's really difficult to do it like this to set it up. So what I want to do, instead of just using my neck like this to set it up, I want to use my entire body, almost like a deadlift motion. So still keeping the forehead to the mat, what I do now is I take this hand and I cup his hip like this and put my forearm across his hips like this. Because this allows me to slide my knee up so my shin is across his hips as well. If I just do it right away, he's going to pull half guard, no doubt about it. So that's not going to work. So I need to block out his legs first and then get my shin up. And I still keep the forehead here and get this arm really, really tight. And from here, if he tries to push down with his hand now to make space, instead of just using my neck, I can now push down with my shin and then use my entire body like this. And it puts a lot of pressure on his arm, and I'm most probably going to win that strength-wise. So I get to here, and then I close it in, and now I can jump over and finish as I like to finish this one. One thing I like to do is work for the arm triangle, and I really suck at the arm triangle. So I make him think that I'm going to set that one up, and instead I close my fingers together, and I lift up like this. I put the knee right in his ribs and put all the weight in like this. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure before he taps. So I pretend I'm going for the arm triangle like this. I close my fingers together instead, get up, put the point of my knee right in his ribs, put a lot of pressure on. He'll tap on that a few times, and then what happens is he'll know it's coming, so he's pushing it off, and as he's pushing it off, I come down again and close in the arm triangle really tight, so I can kind of switch between these two.